Okay, we are finally live, and I'm excited yet nervous to share tonight why the heck we are here and how we are going to help you to stop guessing and start winning on LinkedIn. So before I introduce this wonderful top voice next to me, who no doubt will steal the show with his background and knowledge. And I mean, this guy has become an incredible friend over the last 4.5, 5 years now. And yeah, tonight is all about helping you understand the machine that is LinkedIn and understand it better. Because a little bit of preamble before we get stuck into the app, because we're going to show you some practical things that I'd love everybody to follow live with us so that you can see exactly how to use all these tips and things that I've put together. But over the years, I have found that I've stumbled across things that have worked, which I wish I had known, but nobody had told me. But also, I'd learned from a lot of experts on LinkedIn. So people like Felipe, people like a lot of other incredible LinkedIn founders and coaches and trainers out there that by following their methodologies and following the things that they did, I shifted from not knowing what I don't know to realizing like what are the key things that I need to be doing. And as somebody that has been using LinkedIn since 2007, as well as using it to build my own network, my own platform, my own clients, businesses for myself, as well as many, many clients. One of the things that I found really frustrating is that most people, when they go onto whether it be LinkedIn or any other social media platform, they do what they think is the right thing, but by what they see others do. So they'll see somebody post a funny meme video and they think, oh, well, that's working for him. Maybe I should be doing meme videos. But they don't understand the background that got that person to get that engagement and the comments and the amount of business that they may get on LinkedIn, because they're trying to step into the same part of the journey that that person's on right now when they're actually just starting out. And what that has led to is that a lot of people end up not building the foundations, not understanding the key things they need to do on LinkedIn on a day-to-day basis in order for them to build their brand, their reputation, their relationships, and therefore also that credibility in order for them to, when they do ask for business, to get business. So over the last almost 6 months now, I was telling Felipe just before this, I've spent almost 1,000 hours working on the solution I'm going to show you this evening. And the reason I've done that is because I know that the people that really need the help, the people that really could do with this advice, more often than not, cannot afford to go and hire a LinkedIn expert or a LinkedIn guru or a LinkedIn coach that is worth their weight in gold, as or salt, whichever you use. But and therefore they don't have the access, they don't have the knowledge they need in order to be able to grow their business on LinkedIn. So if you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, drop in the comments, let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know what kind of stage of LinkedIn you're at. Are you an expert user or are you a beginner user? Because we're going to cover things that will cover everything for both, those people that be using LinkedIn for 10 years and those that are just starting out. And this process that I'm going to show you this evening is built through pure frustration, but it's also built so that you don't have to make the mistakes that I have and many, many, many other people on LinkedIn have made. So the aim of this is to be able to get you something at a fraction of the cost of what you would pay for an expert to be able to give you that one-to-one coaching, give you all that knowledge, give you all their insights, but also help you on a day-to-day basis build the right habits. So we already have a few people joining us. Welcome, Christy from Florida. Wonderful Social Saturday member as well, and Melanie Richards and Ritu Costello and several others that are busy joining us. So from wherever you are, thank you for joining us. The whole process with LinkedIn that really frustrates me, and I'll give you a little anecdote and experience that I had during COVID. I found that a lot of people that were real true experts in their own right, people that people would refer all day long, their referrals and recommendations, word of mouth was their go-to place, but they did everything face to face. And when COVID hit, I saw people that were incredible humans with so much value behind them and research and knowledge that they could share. But when they went on LinkedIn, it was crickets. Like, they weren't getting any engagement. Their businesses fell apart. And I just found that really frustrating and unfair, that unless you have a big budget, or you can go and spend £1,500, £2,000, £3,000 a month on LinkedIn ads, because if you want an account manager, you need to be playing at least in that arena. And a lot of small businesses just don't have that source of funds to be able to go around. So what I found was there are lots of little habits that people don't realize they need to be doing on a daily basis, but they also, everybody thinks it's all about comments or it's all about posting, and posting is only 20 to 30% of what you do on LinkedIn. And that is the part that really frustrates me, because a lot of people have spent fortunes either paying somebody else or of their own time invested in trying to create content, and they just start getting it right. And then guess what? The LinkedIn algorithm changes, or there's an update that you've been using, like a lot of people used LinkedIn Reels 2-3 years ago, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, we're retiring this, we're not going to use it, and you're like, I've just built my whole business around this. And over the last 2 years, I've seen so many people that have built their business relying on a platform, on a specific feature set or specific way of doing things, or so many people trying to game the system by using automation and all these different plugins, that they haven't realized the damage that it does to their own credibility. But also, I've had clients come to me who I've been connected to for years, and they've had 20, 30,000 connections, 50,000, 80,000, 100,000 followers. And then I receive a new connection request, and I'm like, has somebody cloned their account? And then I find out that actually, no, their account was shut down because they weren't using LinkedIn properly, and they were using tools that were doing more harm than anything else. And they've lost access to everything they had, their whole network. And some people have relied on LinkedIn as their kind of true source of lead generation. So the cost to those individuals is massive. So what we're going to show you and share with you today are basic networking skills, as well as daily habits that you need to be doing on LinkedIn so that you can grow your relationships. You can learn the things that you don't know, and you can grow your business. So we have loads more people joining us over here, and thank you so much for joining from wherever you are. Lots of familiar names over there joining us as well. But one of the things, so Felipe has, I've told him about the app, I think a few times, but we haven't officially had Felipe sign up and actually use the app. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to actually get Felipe to do a live sign up. He is going to walk through every part of the app so that you know exactly what it is, why it's there, and how it helps you so that you can grow your business. So my aim tonight is, if I can just help one person change the trajectory of their business, then that's gonna, mean an incredible amount to me. So Felipe, well, let me introduce Felipe quickly, because he undersells himself often. Felipe is not only a top voice on LinkedIn, with 30 odd thousand followers, but also somebody who has been on multiple stages with multiple speakers over the last, I don't know, 5-10 years, and always brings extreme value. Now, one of the things that you may know, if you've ever heard of Felipe's Five, that's Felipe. And there we go. Um, he's even had a plaque made, because it's that official and so followed. So tonight, I'm taking somebody who is a very seasoned LinkedIn person, to go through this process and see how not only how it will be able to help Felipe, but also help those people that are beginners with LinkedIn. Felipe, when it comes to HR and recruitment and all the things you need to understand about how LinkedIn sets you up for success, those are all the things that he is a master at, and I'm really honored to have him here share the time with me. Plus, at some stage, I also want to go and see some of the big shows he puts on around Halloween and a few other events. So without further ado, I want Felipe just to kind of introduce himself, give you a little bit of his background on how long he's been using LinkedIn, and if you could share one or two things you wish you knew, like in your beginning of LinkedIn, that you know now, that are essential kind of day-to-day things that you need to be doing on LinkedIn. And you're on mute.
Absolutely, Mac. And if you all hear an echo, please let me know, because I know that Mac said he didn't hear it, but I hear my own echo. First of all, Mac, thank you for the kind intro. You have been someone that I have learned from so much over the years. And it's because of you in many cases that I've been able to have some success, because of just how you've been so gracious about sharing your knowledge. For me, my journey started when I was with high hotels. I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And corporate said, hey, we want to sign up on this new business social media site. And these are business social media. I thought that was dumb. But they're like, our global company to connect, as well as possibly connect outside the company. So we signed up for it. I wish I knew then the power of working with people in other companies, because it would have been a lot easier to start. And when a new app starts up, it's easier to connect with the CEOs or even a celebrity maybe. Once they have too many followers, you can't do it. Well, this was one of those moments where if I knew then what I knew now, I think I could be so much more connected with people that really could have helped me grow and learn. And so that's one of the things I wish from I wish I had known. But my journey's really changed. It started off as hey, learn about other business. Then it was about people looking for jobs. Then it was for recruiters to find people to fill the jobs. And then it went into branding, networking, business company pages, businesses promoting their products and services. And it became live streaming, networking. So the journey is just continuing to change. We complain about LinkedIn changing things and taking things away, which I'll be the first one to admit. I hate the reels and the profile videos. But the fact that they're always evolving, it helps us. And I think that's been one of the greatest parts of this journey, is that because I have used it's helped me not only learn about marketing, branding, business, networking, relationships. I've met people that I know would have. there's no way that Mac and I actually crossed if it wasn't for us connecting on Clubhouse and LinkedIn. And so that's where I want to realize is that we got to put some things in place to protect our youth. Kudos to the UK for putting that law about social media. 16 and under, no. I know it's going to be a challenge, but I hope the US follows that because there is some damaging aspects of it. But like anything else, wisely.
Felipe, I'm going to interrupt you because we're getting quite a few comments that there is a heavy echo.
All right, I'm going to try to change my mic. Go ahead.
Okay. So while you're listening, I'm going to share let's have a look over here if I can share it on here. There we go. So what you'll see on the screen is a QR code. So I'm hoping that many of you are able to join us on your desktops as well as your mobiles, because I want you to be able to go through this process so you can see everything, but so that you are able to access it. In fact, I'm going to share a quick screenshot. So for everybody, if you're watching now, you can see the QR code on the screen. And if you use either your phone or you use your the link that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, you can go and download the MOCO Growth app, and it will give you 24-hour access to join and get 2 months free. Now, for those of you that are thinking about, do I have to worry about the subscription and all the rest of it? Even if you just use this for a month and you use it well, it's going to pay dividends and didn't cost you anything. But I urge you to use it every day, because I don't want this to be something that is just another app that people use. It's not something that you download and forget. This is something to change the habits that you have on a daily basis so that you start getting results. Felipe, how are you doing over there with the sound?
Any better?
Shit. Yeah.
No, I still hear the echo.
Do you still? Okay, so how's everybody else? Leah, I love free. Free from a cost perspective.
That one's not any better. That one? No. And how about this one? No.
How many microphones do you have, Felipe?
Well, I'm just going through the list here.
I can hear myself now.
Like echo cancellation. No. How about now? Oh, okay. All right. Let me try refresh and come back in.
Okay, do that. Amazing. So we're going to have Felipe actually log in and show everybody exactly step by step from the login right through to some of the little hidden features that you probably won't recognize until we show you how it works. Now, the beauty of this is you'll be able to use this on your mobile. If it has a pop-up that says download, it's not available in the App Store. And the reason for that is we want this to be native for users to be able to use on their mobiles, and to be able to keep the costs down as low as possible so that we can keep the costs down for our users, and be able to share it through LinkedIn and word of mouth. Felipe?
Okay, echo?
No echo?
No, I hear it. All right, I'm just going to be really quiet. People probably like that I'm really quiet. So you can talk as I share the screen and share the screen.
Okay. So if you've used that little QR code in the top corner, you'd be able to go and access the 2 months free. So I've already shared this link with Felipe. So we're going to get stuck in. Let's have a quick look. So give us a thumbs up if you are ready to follow along and learn as we go, because I'd love you all to be in a position by the end of this session where each one of you have learnt where to look, what to find, and how you can move forward with your LinkedIn strategy on a day-to-day basis and measure yourself against yourself, because everybody else's journey doesn't matter, because they're all in a different place. And the most important part is to be able to measure against yourself. Felipe is being sneaky because he is adding Felipe's sound. Do you want to unmute the... No, now you're on mute in both.
Is there an echo now?
No.
All right, I think this will work.
Okay, we are we are working with the technical challenges. So
I'm MacGyver this.
you clearly have done this before. So let's get stuck in and let's start talking about this process so that everybody can see how it helps them on their day-to-day basis. So Felipe, I'm going to get you to share your screen and follow the process of the sign up the whole way through. And then we're going to show you all the wonderful things that are going to be able to change how you work with LinkedIn. And by the way, this app is always being updated, which means you are going to be learning and getting updates as and when they happen, as opposed to finding out when you come across somebody's post or accidentally stumble across it.
Right. Is my screen sharing?
Yes, it is. So add to stage.
All right. So sign in, claim your 2 months free.
Hold on. There we go. So as you see, the clock has started. The countdown is there. And those that watch it either live or those that watch the replay will get access to the 24 hours. So let me just remove the QR code. There we go. Okay. So Felipe, if you can go through the process over here, obviously,
Okay. I'm just going to continue with Google, make it easier.
Yep. So Google and Apple are the easiest ways to sign in if you've got that.
Oh, what did I do? Oh, there it goes.
Just wait for a second because it takes a few seconds to... There you go. Approve, allow. Okay, so start trial.
US.
Oh,
I got my phone wrong.
Hey. Okay, so Felipe, you used Google to sign in, yes?
Yes.
Amazing. So give me a few seconds because Felipe gets special access.
Aww. I still think I'm echoing.
No, not really. Although, is there still... Lachelle says, yes, still echo. What is happening with LinkedIn today?
I changed devices, but I'll be quiet.
Okay. Felipe, I'm going to ask you, just so that I can do something on the admin panel, to send me your Gmail email on WhatsApp, and then we'll roll straight in. Okay, and I got a message from Melanie Richards saying that I must mute while you speaking. Thank you very much, Melanie. I will do that. So give me 2 seconds. There we go. Okay. Felipe, can you refresh?
All right.
Okay, we're good. Okay.
Start trial now?
Yep.
Right. Hit mute. I'm curious to see if I still echo. Do I still echo? Oh, thank you, Melanie. That was it. That was the echo. Okay. All right. So we just have to go back and forth, Mac. All right.
So I wonder if that fixes things. So it wasn't you, Felipe. It looks like it was me. I've just changed my microphone.
All right. Now it says here your credit card was declined. Trying to pay with the debit card instead. My credit card's not. I just used it. Unless it's not updated.
Oh no! So you may need to refresh because I've just added you as a beta user.
Oh, okay. Still asking. Here, let me go back. Huh.
Go to the original link, Felipe.
All right, start over again.
Because I've seen quite a few people that are in and ready.
Oh, oops. All right, let's try this again. There we go.
What? Okay, so in the comments, for those of you that are signed in already, just give us a thumbs up if you're already signed in. Okay, give me a second, Felipe.
All right.
I'm just... Oh, they want the QR code again. In fact, let me share the big screen. Here we go. Okay, so that's the code for you to be able to get in. Give us a thumbs up if you already passed the sign-in bit. Okay, I'm just doing a quick refresh there. Murphy's Law, get the person that I'm doing the demo with.
I feel like whatever you did to give me access is giving me.
May have broken the link. Try refresh now, and now click.
All right. Oh, that's just 14. No. Still the same link, right?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't forget to add the page to router. Let me in before.
Okay, so Leo's in. Kirsty couldn't get in. Melanie, somebody else got in. Okay, so I'm just running a quick update. because I made that change to Felipe's user details. And I think I broke something in the meantime, but it's there we go. Okay, it's going to take a few seconds. So Felipe, if you go to just app.thelinkedinexpert.com.
Say it again.
app.thelinkedinexpert.com.
Like as a URL?
Yeah.
Like at?
No, app as an app.
Oh, app.
App.thelinkedinexpert. And just remove the last bit.
Okay.
And that's should get you in because I have changed. There we go. Yeah. Okay, sorry folks, that was my fault for changing him to a beta user in the middle of a live demo, which yeah, anything can happen while you're live. So when you log in, it's going to go and ask you to, it's going to give you a welcome screen and it's going to walk you through a few steps. So Felipe, if you can follow these steps. Okay, so on your screen, when it asks you for your LinkedIn profile, it's going to ask you to manually fill in some details. And the reason we do this manually and not scrape it from LinkedIn is we don't want to have anything that is going to compromise your LinkedIn account by linking to it like a lot of automated software does, which actually can massively reduce your reach on LinkedIn, as well as restrict your account, and we don't want to be doing that. So we're following LinkedIn's rules very straight and narrowly. So as you're seeing Felipe do here, you go and you put in, copy your headline, and there's method to the madness. You only have to do this once, but once you've done it, okay, so LinkedIn, it's now asking you for some basic information. Now, the reality is a lot of people don't actually know where to find some of these scores and some of this information. So, okay, so now we're going to walk through, Felipe, and I'm going to start on the top left-hand side of your profile of the app, and we're going to look at the dashboard. And over here, it's going to ask you to log your first activity. So one of the things when it comes to LinkedIn is knowing what activity actually impacts your profile and the things that you need to be doing on a daily basis. So Felipe is going to log his first scores. So if you just click log, there we go. And you on the right-hand side, it asks you there to log your activity, and it gives you the date automatically. And then from your analytics and statistics, and you'll find all these details, by the way, on your LinkedIn page. So if you go to your LinkedIn page on your own profile and you scroll down to where it says analytics, that's pretty much where you're going to find all of these bits of data. And the reason that we want you to manually enter this is that you are conscious of the measures that improve, so that you know all the mad time that you spend hours scrolling through LinkedIn, that these things are adding up and moving in the right direction. Because there's a lot of this data that people aren't aware of, and because they're not doing the right habits, the reach and the search appearances and all the ways people find you aren't optimized. So by doing this, you're going to start seeing a shift. And normally it takes about 3 to 4 weeks based on the beta testers that we've had over the last few months. And you start seeing a real strong improvement in these numbers. And we've had some people that have had literally no search appearances, skyrocket their performance and start getting clients out of places they didn't even know where to look. Is it all still making sense at the moment, Felipe? Felipe's on.
Yes. Okay,
ask questions as you go through this, by the way, because it will help the users watching.
Question. DM started and calls blocked.
Okay, so DM started. If you go to your messages and you get the little pop-up on the side window when you're on your desktop, you can literally, under messages on the right, the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, yeah?
All you need to do, because LinkedIn give you your messages in date order, so you can do this off screen if you want to, and you can literally just scroll through the last 7 days. And what this is about building those habits so that you are actually building connections and relationships with people on LinkedIn and not just posting and ghosting and expecting things to turn into clients. So you just want a kind of a one-on-one DM count of how many you've done in the last 7 days.
I'm going to put in 65.
Okay. And then appointments booked. Now those are, you will know in your diary over the last
7 days.
7 days, how many people have you actually seen as of that have booked time in your diary, and whether that, what we want to see is an upward tick in how many people are actually booking appointments with you. So real life appointments, so that you can actually start measuring what counts on LinkedIn, because likes, views, all the vanity metrics don't pay bills. And the aim over here for today is for you to be able to start seeing the measures that actually will give you a return on investment and start growing your business.
All right. I'm going to try to, I think I filled everything out. Save results and calculate score.
Okay, what's your score there, Felipe?
5.8.
Okay, so your score, and the way this works is it builds your score based on all the activities you need to be doing on LinkedIn. And the challenge is most of us don't have a clue what we're supposed to be doing, and we just do what we kind of reactive on LinkedIn. So when we see messages come in, we respond to those. Then we see notifications and we do those. And then we, see a post grab our attention in our feed and we kind of lose focus. And the reality is we're not always focused on the activity that brings us returns. So the next step is built on, if you look at the checklist on the left-hand side, and for everybody, this checklist is based on the 4 pillars LinkedIn have had for a long time, which is something called your SSI score. Now, that has been phased out a bit over the last few years, but the reality is all 4 pillars are still vital. They're all just as important, because a lot of people just post and they haven't updated their profile. They haven't, they reach out to people, but their conversion rates are low because they haven't done other parts of LinkedIn. So with this, Felipe, you'll find that each one of those will stack up in the 4 pillars of SSI. I've added several to that because there are other activities that also contribute to that are outside of just LinkedIn's, that will help you grow. So if you have a look at on the left hand side, we're just going to go to SSI quickly, and for each one of you, if you go and log your score, at the top there'll be a little link to take you straight to the SSI on the yeah, all right there.
Went down.
And this, by the way, the SSI score is something that fluctuates week to week. It's something that I would check every couple of weeks. It's not something that it's a guide, but also it moves. If you look at Felipe as an example, he is connected to a lot of other people within his industry that do something similar, because he collaborates a lot. So his score is going to be very different to what somebody who's only connected to 1 or 2 people in their industry. But all those levers are vital bits that we forget to do, that the LinkedIn algorithm are looking at, so that we can get additional reach, but we can also build relationships and we can connect with the right people. Okay, so once you log your... Now, if you have a look at what's happened on Felipe's screen, what's happened now is all the habits, the app will now tell him exactly what he needs to focus on in order to be able to get a better return on investment on his time on LinkedIn, and what activities he needs to focus on. So if you scroll down a little bit, it's going to tell you just a quick highlight of the main things that you need to be focusing on. Does that all resonate, make sense for you, Felipe?
Actually, it makes more sense than before because hit me back. It resonates more than before because before when you clicked on the icons to tell you what find the right people means and engage with insights, it didn't give you the best explanation. This gives me a little more clarity as to what that really means and what I can do to improve that score. So I love that.
So, and you're right there, Felipe, because LinkedIn has always been very ambiguous about what does it actually take to improve your SSI score. And to give you an example, all the things that we're going to go through in a few seconds in the checklist, I had somebody who had no clue about LinkedIn. He came and he worked with me, and he was one of those people that just takes action. So, he didn't ask too many questions. He just got on with the stuff that we advised him on. And he went from a 34 SSI score after 1 week to an 83 in about 6 weeks. Now, just to give you an idea, most people are in the 40s, 50s on SSI. There's a very small percentage of people that are in the 80 plus category. But his reach went crazy, but also the people that he started connecting with, he started finding were the right people, and he wasn't spending most of his time negotiating on price when he was speaking to people, because of the fact that he was actually dealing mostly with his target audience, as opposed to people that would like his services but would never be able to afford it, as an example. So if we go to the checklist, now, one of the things that this does for you is it actually breaks down daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual activity based on each one of those 4 pillars of the LinkedIn SSI score, and tells you what it recommends you should be doing. Now, some of those activities will make sense to you, some of them won't. But if you start at the top there, Felipe, and the first one over there is publish. Your screen's very small on my screen, so I'm trying to read that. But as an example, if every single one of the actions, if you click on the little info button just to the right of one of the lists, it tells you exactly what that action means and how it impacts you and what to do with that information. So each one of those habits, and it's going to take you a few days to play with this, but every single time you play with one of these and you go and add it. So as an example, you log in today, it will reset every 24 hours, but you'll see on the right-hand column that it actually has daily, weekly, monthly. And the reason for that is little things like, if you scroll down to quarterly or yearly, there are some actions there that most people forget to go and update. I mean, how many of you have gone onto somebody's profile and it still has a picture from 5 years ago, or it still has their past experience from 3 years ago showing as current, when you know that they have changed role, or they've pivoted, or they've started their own company. So all of these things are set so that you have a reminder to make sure that you go and check these things so that your profile stays current, not only on LinkedIn, but also on Google search, and now specifically in AI search, because all those search engines are looking for the most current, up-to-date profile that meets the search criteria that people are looking for. And this gives you that little spot check where if you've done it and you know you did it a month ago, or you did it 3 weeks ago, just tick the box. You've done it. You've moved on. But this is just so that you have those parameters. So I'm going to ask Felipe to kind of go through that, ask any questions, or just give feedback, or anything that makes sense to you and you see why it's there, or anything that stands out that you're not quite sure of.
All right. Can you mute?
I am mute.
All right. So, Mac, you know what I love about this is that, as you can see on my screen, I've already ticked off about, 8 things that I've already done. But what I love about it is the reminders to go ahead and don't forget to do my company page audit, which I've been bad about, or plan for the next couple of posts. Now, the other thing that I love about this also, though, is your profile is going to change depending on what's happening in your life. And Mac alluded to this earlier. I've been actively job searching for the last couple of months for a new opportunity. My headline is all about titles and my jobs and the roles that I want. Now that I've started this job, guess what? It's time to update my headline. This will help me remember, hey, look at your headline bi-weekly or weekly, and update it, or monthly. And if I'm changing from job searching mode to back to entrepreneur mode or trying to be educator mode, I got to change my headline to make sure that it's resonating what I'm talking about today, not what I was doing yesterday. So I think that's a huge valuable asset there. And I think it's a good exercise because here, send 10 to 20 targeted connection requests. I can say I probably do 10, but I don't think I do that as targeted as I could. I see someone, I resonate, I reach out and connect, but to really target, that's one area that connecting with the right people or finding the right people, I've been trying to do more targeted with HR people, because I realize that my community has grown, but it hasn't grown in the HR realm as much with my connections. So I'm trying to connect with more HR people, and I think that's going to improve my score over time. Back to you, Mac. You're on mute.
So one of the things that, when you were talking about that targeted list there, and the reason that it's in there is to give you an example. I worked, if you go on my featured section, you'll see one of my recommendations is the current president of the Royal Institute of British Architects. But when I started working with him, he had less than 500 connections. His main competitor had 15,700 connections. And by following these little steps, by being targeted and being mindful of who he wasn't just randomly connecting. And his target audience were people that could vote in the upcoming elections, and they had to be members of the Association of the Royal Institute of British Architects. So by following this little activity, he had grown within 4.5, 5 months. He was all of a sudden at 4.5, 5,000 followers. The difference being 90% of his followers were actually people that could vote. Whereas his main competitor, when we did the analysis, turned out that he had 15,700 connections, but only 800 people that could actually vote. And that's totally changed the trajectory and made sure that he ended up winning that election. So it's not something I do often, run presidency campaigns, but that's what LinkedIn, by following the right things, can do and make a difference for you and your business as well. So Felipe, one of the things that some people know about this, but a lot of people don't. Anybody who's in the comments, I'd love to ask you, how much time do you think you're wasting on LinkedIn that's not productive time? And just drop that into the comments and let us see what people are saying over there. So I'm going to ask this question. When it comes to your home feed on LinkedIn, is it exactly what you want? Or do you have to scroll quite a bit before you actually find 1 or 2 posts that resonate with you that you can then comment on? And this is one of the biggest challenges, because people don't realize that content on LinkedIn is not just posts, comments. If you don't post at all, comments can suffice and actually play just as big a role, because that is your content going in front of people, and your name, your face, and your picture come up, and your headline come up everywhere. But here's the thing. So a while back, Kevin D. Turner and a few other people mentioned this little hack that you can do on LinkedIn where you can bookmark your searches. And I thought that was great, but I was like, it's so annoying because I can't bookmark them on my mobile. And I spent 80% of my time on my phone. So, Felipe, if you could share with people what a post search filter is. So if you just go onto LinkedIn and share your screen.
Sure. So if I do a post, let me go home.
Yep.
Like,
okay, so everybody.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead. Follow this process so that you can see the people you want to see and engage with them in the quickest way possible. So as an example, one of the things I urge all my clients to do, have a list of your clients. Because if you're not engaging with your clients, how are the people in their network going to see that you work with people like them? Or the influencers, or the people that are prospects. So what we're going to do now, some of you will know about bookmarking, but we're going to take it one step further.
Okay,
so just a blank search?
Yeah, I'm just doing a blank search. Give me something to search for.
No, you're not going to search for anything. Just blank, hit enter.
Oh, sorry.
So a lot of people don't know about this either, because why would you put nothing in the search bar and then hit enter? But when you do...
But it's not letting me do
It's not letting you do a blank search?
It's not.
So home... because you're on your profile. So go home again.
Oh.
That's weird. The homepage didn't update. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. Ignore that.
What the?
Hey, what's going on with your LinkedIn today?
I don't know. I've never done it before. Well, hold on. I think when I had the search bar. No.
Have they disabled your...
I wonder if it works on my mobile.
If not, I will be able to share screen.
No, it says these enter search, even on mobile. That's strange.
Interesting. It works for me.
They must update that. I've done it before recently.
Yeah, the tech gods are playing silly buggers with you. Okay, so just put in search term over there, HR. We can change it afterwards.
All right. So here on the top.
Okay, so now what you want to do is click on posts. Then you want to click on sort by latest. And then you want to click on date posted and put the last week. You can, well, Felipe will have people in the last 24 hours. A lot of people may not have that, people that are that active. So now you want to go from member and just type in 5 people as an example that everybody knows that you collaborate with, or people that come to mind.
Not necessarily HR people, anybody?
Anybody that comes to mind on LinkedIn, that even people in the comments. Yes, Nicole, or Nick, they have been showing impressions on comments for what's it, about a year now? And that's why comments are just as important as posts. Okay, so hang in there. We've got about less than 10 minutes left due to technical difficulties, but we will get to the end. Okay, now click show results. Okay, so this is where the magic is going to happen, is once you've built these lists, just like Felipe has now, under normal circumstances, you can bookmark those and save them as a browser bookmark. But the challenge is you can't access these on your mobile. And that for me has always been frustrating. So now if you copy the URL, Felipe, you just go to the long link at the top, you copy that, you go back to the app, and you go quick links on the left hand side. Yep. Okay, and now you go add, and you paste your URL in there, and then in the top you just call it whatever the list is. So it could be clients, influencers, target clients. And now remember, you can only add 25 people to that list before the URL gets too long and it breaks LinkedIn. So only 25 at a time. So if you've got a list of 50 clients, break it down into list 1, list 2. And we're going to be extending this. But Felipe, can you go onto your mobile?
Yes.
And log into the app? Because you've got the...
I'm in.
Yeah?
Into the app. Into your app.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I was like, I'm logging into LinkedIn. I'm always logging into LinkedIn.
And when you log into on the first time on your mobile, it will give you an option to either bookmark it and save the app to your home screen, or if you're on Android, it will allow you to save it to your home screen as an app icon. With Apple, you've got to bookmark it and add it to your home screen.
I'm logging in again, or do I?
Yeah, just log in.
But
you can see both
14 days.
Which link are you going to?
I'm using the one that you sent me.
Yeah, just take the last bit of the...
Oh, that's right.
Link.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in.
You're in. Amazing.
Oh, wait.
Now...
That's signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to sign in with Google.
All right. Okay, I'm in.
Now do me a favor, go into your quick links on the app and just click on the list you just created.
Okay. I had to verify. Uh-oh.
What happened? Are we breaking everything for you today, Felipe?
Well, it's saying access email, basic profile, stay signed in, exit allow. Oh, there he goes. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a few seconds for the first time.
All right, so quick tips.
Yeah. Quick links.
Oh, quick links. Sorry.
Yep. And this will save you literally hours of time. Once you've built these little lists and you've put your
look at that.
Personalized,
Came right up.
It opens up on your mobile device with the filter, so it doesn't take up an additional search. And now you get only the feed you want to see. So the 25 people that are your top clients, your top influencers, your top prospects, your whatever they are, the people you want to support. If you're a networker and you go to network groups, build the list of your network, the top 25 people you see there and you want to support within that group, and you'll be able to go and connect and link with them straight away.
Boom.
Okay, so is that useful? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and by the way, ask wondering, this is an iPad, not a laptop.
Amazing. So if you click it, just so that people can see on the screen there, and you just click on the little link to go there straight away, it's going to open that search, and straight away you can go and engage with the people that you want to engage, whether it's in your mobile or your laptop, and all the links, once they're in the app, you can add. Currently 10, we are going to be increasing that as long as people use it. Now, one last thing, if we go back to the app.
Yep.
What I want you to do is I want you to go to profile. In fact, I'm going to share just a couple of things. If you've ever downloaded your data on LinkedIn, just drop in the comments and let us know if you have. And if anything like Felipe experienced today, and a lot of people experience, they don't realize, because LinkedIn told me, I was telling Felipe earlier today, that I can only get a certain amount of my data. I can't get my messages, I can't get my connections anymore. And they argued with me for ages until I sent them the link to their own help section, which told me I could get all this information. But there is a challenge. LinkedIn, depending on who you speak to or whether you're speaking to the AI bot, there is a broken message in the chain. There's a broken link in that message chain. So I'm going to share a little screenshot with you very quickly. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so when you request your data on LinkedIn, LinkedIn are going to send you, and this is under your settings, data privacy, where you select the all option to download your data. LinkedIn, once you've confirmed that, will send you 2 emails. The first one is only going to give you partial access. The main one, which is the screenshot on the left, as you'll see, my official one that I got from LinkedIn, and it says download the second part of your data. Now, once you click on that link, it will take you back to your LinkedIn profile with a download button, and only then will you be able to access your full data set. So the next section we're going to do when Felipe returns is we are going to get Felipe to import his data so that you can see how that works. If you're still with us in the comments, drop any questions or comments so far, anything that has stood out to you that you think will be useful, any questions about a specific feature. But the key thing here is not about just going into the app every now and then. It's going in there and spending your time on that daily checklist and building the habits of reaching out to your target audience, making sure that you update the relevant parts in your profile so that your reach and your search stays high. Okay, Felipe, if you go to where it says import, scroll down the page a little bit on the profile section. There we go. On the left-hand side, open file. If you remember where you've saved it, but go and select your connections. And there's 2 files that you import once you've downloaded your data. The one is your connections, and the other one is your messages. We don't import the content of your messages, just so that you know, those all remain private. It only imports the count of your messages. Have you found them?
Sorry, my mouse. Oh shit. Sorry.
Not the whole folder.
I know. I didn't mean to.
Have you extracted it, by the way?
Yeah, I opened file. Oh wait. Let me try something.
Because it normally downloads, by the way, in a zip format, and you have to extract the data. Just right click on the file when you get it from LinkedIn. And
I did. There it is.
Okay.
Connection. All right. Now what?
There we go. Okay.
What does that mean?
Okay, so you have 28,819 connections.
Okay.
It's imported it in there. Now, if you click got it, or whatever the little blue button is underneath that.
Connect up.
Okay, so now if you go to the connections tab on the left-hand side, my connections. Now, the second part Felipe hasn't got his messages yet, but I'm going to share my screen in a second and show you exactly what this will look like. So if you scroll to the top, what you'll find is there are various different filters there, and it will break it down into different categories. So how long you've been connected. Once you import your messages, it will actually tell you all your messages and how many people you've never messaged before. So I'll show you what mine looks like. And I was quite shocked, but we're going to come back for a part 2 so that Felipe can share his experience. But I'd also love to know each one of yours, of being able to understand how many of our wonderful connections do we realize we have never spoken to. And that was one of the big things that I had assumed a larger percentage of my connections. So I'm going to go to mine. And Felipe, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
Now, let's see if it allows. There we go. Okay. So, there we go. Can you see my screen, everybody? So what you'll see on mine, when I imported my connections, but also my messages, all of a sudden, I found out that cold, never messaged before, I had 3,079 connections that I was connected to, but I'd never spoken to. No DMs, never messaged, never nothing. But what this has been able to give me is I can now go to all these filters over here, and I can go and just look at my cold connections. And you can see there all these cold connections that I have that have got no messages. But I can go and view on LinkedIn. It's going to open their profile, and I can straight away go and message them and connect with them and start that conversation. So let me go back to the MOCO app. So when you click on these little links over here next to each person's name, it will actually open on your screen their LinkedIn profile. And then you can go and update whether you've messaged or not. But the beauty of it is, if you're a subscriber to this app, you'd be able to actually download that CSV file. So you've got a list of all the people that you have never spoken to, and then you can go and play with that data. You can go and put it into AI if you want to. You can go and put little templates together. But now you've got a choice to either reconnect or disconnect. Because guess what? Half of those connections you probably will never speak to, because they're either their account's inactive, or they pitched you, and then straight after the realizing you weren't going to buy their services, just never contacted you again. So that gives you a full, and you can go and look at your hot messages. You can see people that you've messaged in the last 90 days. There's loads of different filters, and you can go and search all your connections by name as well. So it gives you all those opportunities in there to go and play with your data. One of the other things that we now have as well is in the GoPro section. I've just published, some of you may have seen a post that I did a few days ago saying, hey, have you seen this post? Because guess what? LinkedIn have changed a lot of little things on LinkedIn, like using special characters in a post. Now downgrades your actual post. So what I've done is I went and did some research based on the current LinkedIn algorithm, but as well as loads of other LinkedIn experts out there, and what the common denominators were. And I've put a guide together that literally will be able to give you the know-how of the ultimate LinkedIn posting guide. All of this is in the app, so you've got access to all of that, all different courses that I do, if that's something that you want to go and apply to. But you can also book a free discovery call to help me take you through the app and answer any questions that you may want as well. And for those people that have listened up until this point and that have registered within the 24 hours, let me stop sharing. There we go. Every single person that has registered by close of play or 8 p.m. tomorrow night when the 24-hour clock runs out, they will get access to our new premium upgrade, which is coming in a few weeks' time. And what is going to be available within the app is there's actually going to be a module of ongoing LinkedIn videos that you'll be able to watch within the app. So you can go and do modules that are 1 to 3 minutes long, and it will take you through various sections of profile updates, optimization, templates for messaging, and loads more. But you'll be able to continue your learning within the app so that you always know the latest things that are coming when it comes to LinkedIn. And this way we can help so many more people rather than everybody trying to book a one-on-one time with me. I can now help a lot more people a lot quicker. So Felipe, I'm now going to hand over to you just to answer any questions or any suggestions or any kind of, what are your thoughts?
So I love it. I think it's brilliant. For those that are wondering, while mine said I had 28,000 cold missed messages, is because I didn't put messages files into it. Once I get my messages files downloaded, long story why I didn't download it. But once I download that, I'll be able to see how many warm and how many hot. So I didn't want anyone thinking that I just don't message anybody. But it is something that when you add those two files, Mac, this is just brilliant. It really is, because I think it's finally giving people that get data overloaded with, anyone that's ever downloaded the data from LinkedIn, it's overwhelming. There's just so many files, and you're like, I don't know what to do with these files. Mac, you created something that allows us to take important data that we have and put it to good use. And I think that just the fact of knowing who I have never reached out to, some of the names I saw, I'm like, all right, once this fills out, I'll probably be shocked at some people I've never ever reached out to. I'm like, shame on me. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. This actually exceeded my expectations. I was expecting like a very simple app and just it'll analyze and give you. No, you've created a app that can actually be functional, that people can use daily, and that they actually can improve their business, their brand, or even their SSI score. So thank you. And thank you for letting me be a guinea pig. I don't often say thank you for being a guinea pig, but
well, for those of you that have been watching, thank you for your patience, because when you do these things live, anything can happen. And today was effectively a live launch. The app's been running for a while now. We've got lots of people that have been testing and playing with it. But the beauty of it is it's live. You can get out there. If you have any questions within the app, it has a feedback button, so you can just go and press that feedback. That comes directly to me so that I can query, update, fix. And if we get enough suggestions with certain things, then we'll do things. But for now, just get used to it, go and play. And by the way, the 2 months free only works if you log in every week. So if you don't log in for 2 weeks and you download it today, you lose your 2 months free. Why? Because I want people to take action. I want people to get results. I don't want people to have another little thing that clogs up their screen. This is about your business, your growth, and your success. And if you don't take action, then it's down to you.
Nick, you should have told me that if we need help, you might get a more night help me that just for fun might send you one.
Well, test it out. Make sure it works. Because that was one of the things in the beginning. somebody sent me a message or somebody contacted me because they were a beta tester, and they were like, Mac, how do I do feedback? And I was like, we don't have a feedback? Like, what? And that's how we learn. But it's there to play with, to go and learn. I'd love your feedback. And if you found this valuable, go and repost and go and share. And by the way, if you go into the app, it has a refer a friend option. Now, I didn't say this to everybody, but those of you that are still watching, by the way, because most people are not going to forward right to the end to go and watch the replay. But if you click on the refer a friend, you can refer as many friends as you want. But for the first 3, it's going to give you an additional 2 months free access to the app. So you can get not only the 2 months free that you got just for attending today's event, but you can get another 6 months free just by referring 3 more people. So, and it's only $10 for the app, and you get all of that. But for those of you that have signed up before the 24-hour window, you'll get access to the premium version, which is going to be about $29.99. And you'll get access to that for a year, as long as you use it. So use it or lose it. Felipe, thank you so much, my friend, for being an incredible guinea pig, very patient. And apologies for all the echoes. I mean, that was all my fault.
Well, we know you have a love-hate relationship with the microphone. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, this is true. At least this time I unmuted. Excellent. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you go and refer a friend, repost, comment, and let us know what your thoughts were. And I look forward to seeing every single one of your businesses grow. And need that feedback, but thanks, Nick. I look forward to seeing where this conversation goes, and we'll do a part 2 soon. Now that Felipe has broken in, we'll do a part 2 where you can come back and go, this is what I learned. This is how I'm using it. This is what's useful. So watch out for part 2.
And reach out to me if you all play with it. I'd love to hear your experience. I'm learning.
Awesome stuff. And make sure that you are following Felipe if you're not following him already. And especially just go and ask him about his books, because he'll tell you. That's all I'm saying. Go and ask him about his books. Because if you've got people that have children or know people with children, this might sound a little bit weird on LinkedIn. Anyway, go and ask Felipe, because he's written some incredible children's stories. There we go. We've got to give you a plug. Excellent. Folks, ending the stream now. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening. Felipe, I will speak to you in a second before we hang up.